Love does not need quantity. Love requires continuity. But many of us have been taught the opposite. We learn to measure love by how often someone calls, how many moments they spend with us, how tightly they hold on, how possessive they sound, as if intensity proves affection. But that isn't love. That is fear. Fear of losing, fear of being alone, fear of emotional emptiness. True love does not suffocate. It does not demand that you always be present, always available, always performing. Love is not ownership. Love is not proof-giving. Love is not emotional pressure disguised as care. Real love gives space. It offers freedom. It strengthens identity instead of shrinking it. It doesn't hold you hostage to validation or approval. It does not measure what was given and what was received. But emotional neglect changes us. When someone withholds affection, attention, or emotional presence, even unintentionally, we start believing love must be earned. We start begging for crumbs of connection. We confuse temporary attention with real intimacy. Many people today call emotional intensity love. A burst of closeness, a bit of passion, a rush of attention. And then, as soon as life gets busy or emotions cool, that so-called love disappears. Not because it was love, but because it was need, a temporary filling of emotional emptiness. Love is bigger than that. Love is not a transaction. It is not a relief for loneliness. It is not a replacement for unresolved wounds. Real love stays soft even in silence. It remains gentle even in distance. It deepens with time instead of disappearing with routine. It is not dependent on moods, phases, or convenience. But when you've lived through emotional neglect, it becomes hard to trust this kind of love. Hard to believe love won't fade. Hard to believe you won't be abandoned. So we cling. We try too hard. We hold too tight. Not because we are possessive, but because we are terrified. Terrified that love, like everything else we once cared about, will vanish the moment we stop giving, doing, pleasing, proving. But here is the truth. Love that requires you to shrink is not love. Love that demands proof at every step is not love. Love that appears only in free time is not love. It is emotional convenience. It is a temporary need. It is a wound speaking through attachment. And no matter how much you give, it will never be enough, because emotional emptiness cannot be filled by another person's presence. Real love feels safe. It feels consistent. It feels like home, not a test you are always afraid to fail. Love does not imprison. Love supports. Love doesn't control. Love gives confidence. And when you finally experience love without emotional neglect, love that meets you, hears you, and stays, you will understand something powerful. Love is not about holding on. Love is about not having to. If this message touched your heart, remember, emotional neglect doesn't mean you are unlovable. It means you were taught to love without being loved back. You deserve connection, safety, and consistency. Share your thoughts below. I'm here. We're all here. Healing starts with being seen. Be prosperous and share happiness.